Welcome to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted to speak English, but the words just don't come fast enough? You know what you want to say, okay, but your brain feels slow, like it's stuck. What if I told you there's a secret way to fix that and you don't even need to open your mouth? Yes, you can train your brain to speak English silently. You can actually talk in your brain. When you do this every day, something amazing happens. You start to think in English. English becomes natural, easy, and fast. You stop translating. You stop feeling shy. Your brain starts to speak for you. So stay with me till the end, because today I'll show you step by step how to talk in your brain. How to practice it anywhere, and how to make your English strong and confident. Let's begin. Hello everyone. Today, we are going to learn something very special, something that can completely change the way you learn and speak English. It's called talking in your brain. Maybe you've never heard this phrase before, but don't worry. By the end of this chapter, you'll understand it clearly, and you'll be ready to start using it in your own English learning. So, what does it mean to talk in your brain? It's very simple. It means you speak silently inside your head. You make English sentences in your mind without using your voice. You can do it anywhere while walking, cooking, waiting, or even before sleeping. You don't need a partner, a teacher, or a classroom. All you need is you and your mind. You just think in English. Simple sentences, short ideas, small stories. Actually, we all already do this in our first language. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, your mind says, "I'm so tired." Or when you're hungry, you think, "I want to eat something." That's you talking in your brain. You don't say it out loud, but you still say it inside. So, talking in your brain is not something new. You already do it every day. The only difference is now we will do it in English. When you start to talk in your brain in English, something magical happens. You begin to train your mind to think in English directly. You stop translating from your language into English. That's the big secret. Many English learners feel slow because they think first in their own language, then they translate, then they speak. It takes time, and sometimes the words get lost. But when you learn to talk in your brain, your English comes out naturally and faster because your brain gets used to forming English sentences automatically. I remember when I started learning English, I used to translate every single word. I would think in my language first, then try to find the English words. It was so hard. Sometimes, by the time I found the right word, the conversation was already over. I felt shy, I felt slow, and I thought maybe I would never speak fluently. But one day I discovered this little trick, talking in my brain. At first, I started with very simple sentences like, "This is a pen. I am happy. It is raining." It felt strange, but I kept doing it. Slowly, I started to notice that my brain was understanding English faster. I didn't need to translate anymore. I could think in English directly. That's when everything changed. I realized that I didn't need to wait for someone to talk to me to practice. I could practice anytime, anywhere, just by using my mind. I didn't need to speak loudly or worry about mistakes. My brain became my best English teacher. You can do the same. You don't need to start with big sentences. Start with small, easy ones. For example, right now, look around you. Maybe you see a cup. In your brain, say, "This is a cup." Maybe you feel tired. Say, "I am tired." Maybe it's sunny outside. Say, "The sun is bright." These are very simple sentences, but they are powerful. Every time you say them in your brain, your English brain becomes stronger. The best thing about brain talking is that it's private. No one can hear you. No one will judge you. You can make as many mistakes as you want. You can repeat words again and again. You can play with your thoughts in English. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. At first, yes, it may feel strange. You might think, "This is silly. Why am I talking to myself in English?" But trust me, this is how your brain learns. Just like a baby listens and repeats sounds before speaking, your brain needs to hear your thoughts in English before your mouth can speak fluently. Talking in your brain is like warming up before a big game. It prepares your mind to speak easily when the time comes. When you talk in your brain every day, your English words start to appear faster. You don't have to stop and think, "What is the English word for that?" It just comes naturally. You begin to notice English everywhere, in songs, in signs, in conversations. You start to live in English. That's when real fluency begins. Remember, your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to make English feel like a normal part of your thinking. Don't worry if your sentences are not byte correct. Don't worry if you don't know some words. Just keep going. The more you talk in your brain, the more your brain learns. English becomes your friend, not your subject. So today I want you to try this small exercise. After this video, look around your room and make 5 small sentences in your brain. It could be something like, "This is my bed. My phone is on the table. I am sitting on a chair. I feel happy right now. I am learning English." That's it. Simple, right? But if you do this every day, your brain will start to think in English more and more. You see, brain talking is not only about learning English words, it's also about changing your thinking habit. You're teaching your brain a new way to see the world through English. Every sentence you make in your brain is like a small step toward fluency. And soon those small steps will take you very far, so don't wait. Start today, start now. Even while you're watching this video, try to repeat some of my sentences in your mind in English. Feel your brain move with the language, okay? That's the secret. That's how you grow. Now that you understand what it means to talk in your brain, and why it's so powerful, you're ready for the next step. In the next chapter, I'll show you exactly how to practice this skill in your daily life in the easiest and most natural way. Chapter the easy way to practice talking in your brain. Now you know what talking in your brain means. You understand that it's about thinking in English silently, using your mind to build small sentences and ideas. But maybe you're asking yourself, "Okay, I understand the idea, But how do I actually do it? How do I start? Don't worry. In this chapter, I'll show you the easiest way to start brain talking step by step. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need advanced words, and you don't need extra time. You just need small daily moments, moments you already have every single day. Let's begin with your morning. When you wake up, before you even get out of bed, start talking in your brain. Say simple things like, I am waking up. The sun is bright. I feel sleepy. I am going to brush my teeth. These are small, natural sentences, but this is how your brain starts to think in English. You don't have to speak loudly. Just say them in your mind, calmly and clearly. Imagine you are talking to yourself in English. Then continue through your day. When you eat breakfast, talk in your brain again. I am eating bread. This coffee is hot. I like the smell. I am reading messages on my phone. You see? You can make English part of your daily life without doing anything extra. You are not adding a new study plan. You are just changing your language of thought. The key is to use short, simple sentences. Don't try to make big, complicated grammar structures. When your brain gets tired, it stops learning, but short sentences are easy. Your brain feels relaxed and happy. And when your brain is happy, it learns faster. Another easy way to practice is by naming things around you. Look around right now. What do you see? A chair, a table, a window, your phone, maybe your shoes? In your brain, say their names in English. Chair, window, table, phone. You can even make a sentence with each one. The chair is brown. The window is open. My phone is on the table. This is how your brain starts to connect English to real life. You're not just learning words, you're using them to describe your world. Once you feel comfortable with naming things, you can try to make small stories in your brain. For example, I wake up, I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I make tea, I drink it slowly, I check my phone, I see my friends' messages. This little story is so simple, but it trains your brain to think in English naturally, step by step. You can do this for any part of your day, your morning routine, your walk to work, your study time, or your evening at home. Now, sometimes you may not know a word. Don't stop. Don't say, "Oh no, I don't know how to say this in English." Instead, use other words or describe it. For example, if you forget the word pillow, you can say the soft thing I put my head on. If you forget the word fork, you can say the thing I use to eat food. This skill is very important. It helps your brain stay in English instead of jumping back to your native language. When you describe things this way, you are training your brain to think creatively in English. You're teaching your mind to find another way, not to give up. This is exactly what fluent English speakers do. They explain ideas in different ways when they forget a word. So when you do this, you're thinking like a real English speaker. You can also add feelings to your brain talk. This makes it more natural and emotional. For example, I feel hungry. I feel happy today. I feel tired. I feel excited. Emotions make your thoughts stronger because your brain remembers feelings better than facts. When you connect English with emotion, your memory becomes powerful. And remember, You can do brain talking anywhere. You can do it while walking, cooking, washing dishes, or sitting in the bus. You can even do it while waiting in line. No one will know because you are doing it silently. Your brain becomes your personal classroom, open 8 hours a day. Let me share a small story from my own experience. When I started practicing this, I used to walk to school every morning. It took about 15 minutes. During that time, I made a rule for myself. I would talk in my brain only in English. I described everything I saw. The road is wet. A car is coming. That man has a red umbrella. I feel cold today. At first, it was hard. Sometimes I didn't know words. Sometimes I forgot sentences, but I kept going. After a few weeks, I noticed something amazing. My brain was faster. When my teacher asked me something, I didn't need to translate. Okay? The English words just came out. That was the moment I knew brain talking really works. So you see, it's not about big lessons or grammar books. It's about small daily steps, tiny English moments that train your brain every single day. Every time you do this, your English brain becomes stronger, faster, and more confident. Let's do a small practice together right now. Look around you. In your brain, say 5 sentences in English. For example, I am watching this video. My phone is in my hand. I can hear some noise outside. The light is bright. I feel relaxed. Good job. You just practiced brain talking. It's that simple. And here's a little secret. If you practice like this for just 5 minutes a day, you will feel a big difference in 1 week. Your brain will start to use English automatically. You'll begin to live in English, not just study it. You're doing great. Remember, brain talking is your private English gym. You can visit it anytime you want, and every time you do, your brain becomes stronger. Now that you know how to start practicing easily, it's time to learn how to make your English brain stronger every single day. Gina Chapter 10, How to Make Your English Brain Stronger Every Day. Your English brain is like a small plant. When you first plant it, it's tiny and soft. It needs care, water, and sunlight every day. If you forget to water it, it becomes weak. But if you give it a little love and attention each day, it grows slowly, quietly, but beautifully. The same is true for your English brain. You don't need to do something big or difficult. You just need to give it small daily practice. Those small moments become powerful. So let's learn how to make your English brain stronger every single day. Many English learners think they must study for hours to improve, but that's not true. You don't need long, tiring lessons. What you really need is consistency. Just like a plant needs a little water daily, your English brain needs small English moments every day. Even 5 minutes is enough. If you do it regularly, you can start your day with a short brain talk. When you wake up, before you touch your phone, take a deep breath and say in your brain, "Good morning. I feel sleepy. The room is cold. Today will be a good day." That's your morning English water for your brain. Simple, short, easy, but powerful. You're telling your brain, we are thinking in English now. Then, during the day, you can add small English breaks. When you eat breakfast, think, this bread is soft. The tea smells nice. I like this taste. When you walk to work or school, describe what you see. The sky is blue. A car is moving fast. I see a woman with a red bag. These sentences might look small, but every one of them is a drop of water for your English brain. You can choose any topic each day: food, weather, your job, your studies, your friends. For example, if today's topic is food, think in English when you eat. Say in your brain, "This rice is hot. I cooked noodles today. I am drinking juice." If tomorrow's topic is weather, say, "It's raining again. The wind is strong. I like sunny days." This way, your brain slowly connects English to real life. English becomes part of your daily thinking, not just something you study from books. Repetition is also very important. When you repeat sentences in your brain, it's like doing exercise for your English muscles. Just as athletes train their bodies, you are training your mind. Don't worry if you say the same sentences again and again. Repetition builds strength. And every time you repeat, your brain becomes faster and more confident. For example, say in your brain 10 times, "I am learning English. I am learning English. I am learning English." You will feel the rhythm, the sound, the emotion. You are teaching your brain that English is your language now. Another way to make your English brain stronger is to smile during practice. I know it sounds simple, but smiling changes how your brain works. When you smile, your brain releases happy chemicals. You feel relaxed, confident, and open to learning. So, when you talk in your brain in English, do it with a smile. Okay? Say to yourself, "I'm doing well. I'm improving. I'm proud of myself." Learning English should feel like it should feel like a happy conversation with yourself. You are your best teacher and your best student. So, be kind to your brain. Praise yourself every time you practice. Now, let's talk about building small English routines. A routine is something you do every day, like brushing your teeth or washing your face. If you make brain talking part of your routine, you'll never forget to do it. Here's an easy one. Before bed, review your day in English. In your brain, tell a short story about your day. For example, "Well, that's how I woke up early today. I made coffee. I went to work. I talked to my friend. I watched the movie. I feel tired but happy." That's it. You just practiced English and reflected on your day at the same time. This bedtime brain talk is very powerful because your brain keeps learning while you sleep. You can also have a morning routine after waking up. Talk about your plans, "I will study today. I will call my friend. I will cook dinner." This helps your brain prepare for the day in English. And don't forget your walking routine. When you walk, look around and describe what you see. It's one of the best ways to practice brain talking because your body is relaxed, your mind is open, and you can focus easily. When you practice every day, something amazing will happen. One day you'll notice that your brain answers you in English automatically. You'll think, "I'm hungry," or "That's beautiful," in English without even trying. You won't translate anymore. Your English brain will start to live and breathe on its own. That's the moment when you realize you are thinking in English, but remember, it takes time. Just like a plant doesn't grow in one day, Your English brain also grows slowly. You may not see big changes right away, but inside your mind, something beautiful is happening. Your brain is building new English connections. So be patient and gentle with yourself. Every small step counts. Even if you practice only 5 minutes a day, keep doing it. The magic comes from repetition, not from perfection. Here's a quick daily plan you can follow, Morning minutes. Say what you see and what you plan to do. Afternoon minutes. Describe something around you, food, people, or things. Evening. Minutes. Review your day in English before bed. That's less than shoe minutes. But those shoe minutes will build your English brain stronger and stronger. And one last thing, always feel proud of yourself. Many people want to learn English, but only a few actually practice daily. If you're doing this, you're already special. You're growing your English brain every day, little by little, just like watering a plant. So, keep going. Keep smiling. Keep talking in your brain. Your English brain is growing stronger, faster, and more natural each day. You're doing amazing, my friend. Now that your English brain is getting stronger, it's time to take the next step, using your brain talking to speak with real people. Deviant chapter, sir. How to use brain talking to speak with people. Now you're ready for the exciting part, using your brain talking in real conversations. You've already learned how to talk in your brain, how to practice it every day. You can, and how to make your English brain stronger. Now it's time to take all that inner practice and use it in the real world. You see, the main reason many learners feel nervous when speaking English, is because their brain isn't ready before they start talking. Their mouth wants to speak, but their brain is still thinking in another language. That's why it feels slow or scary. But when you practice brain talking first, your mind becomes ready. It's like warming up before you run. Your brain starts the conversation before your mouth does, and that's the secret to speaking confidently. Let's imagine you're about to meet a friend who speaks English. Before you see them, start preparing in your brain. Think, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing today?" "It's a nice day. I'm happy to see you." Say these sentences silently in your mind. Imagine the conversation happening. Picture yourself smiling and saying the words easily. This is brain rehearsal. Your brain is practicing before your mouth does. So when you actually meet your friend, the words come out smoothly. You can do the same thing in many daily situations. For example, before ordering food. Let's say you're going to a restaurant. Before you speak to the waiter, prepare your brain. "Hello, can I have a coffee, please? I'd like a sandwich. Thank you very much." When you've already said it in your brain, your mouth just follows. You'll feel more relaxed because you've already spoken it once inside your mind. Here's another situation. Making a phone call in English. Many people feel shy about phone calls because they can't see the other person's face. I used to feel that too. I remember when I had to call my English teacher for the first time. I was so nervous. So before calling, I practiced in my brain, "Hello, this is your name. I wanted to ask about our class. Thank you for your time." I repeated these lines in my brain several times. When I finally called, my words came out easily. I didn't need to think too much. My brain had already practiced. That's the power of brain talking. It prepares you before real conversations. It builds a bridge between thinking and speaking. Now let's talk about how to use brain talking during a conversation. When you're speaking with someone, don't worry if you need a few seconds to think. Use that time to quickly prepare your next line in your brain. For example, if someone says, "What did you do yesterday?" You can think quietly, "Yesterday, I went to the park." Then say it. You just used brain talking to help your real talking. You can even use brain talking while listening. When the other person is speaking, repeat some of their words in your mind. If they say, "I went to the park yesterday," repeat it silently in your brain. "I went to the park yesterday." This helps your listening, memory, and pronunciation all at the same time. Your brain becomes more active and alert. Let me introduce you to a small mental game. It's one of my favorites. Whenever you hear English around you, in a movie, on the bus, in a video, imagine that you are part of that conversation. Think, what would I say here? For example, if you hear someone in a movie say, "I'm so tired today," you can quickly think in your brain, "Oh, me too." Or, "Why are you tired?" This little game trains your brain to respond fast in English. It's like having invisible conversations in your mind all day long. This kind of practice is powerful because it removes fear. You're practicing real-life speaking without pressure. There's no audience, no mistakes, no embarrassment, just you and your brain. And every time you do this, your confidence grows. Many learners hesitate because they are afraid of saying something wrong. But remember this, fluency is not perfection. Fluency is flow, okay? It means your words move without stopping. Even if you make small mistakes, that's okay. Natives make mistakes too. What matters is that you keep talking in your brain first, then with your mouth. So before any real conversation, give your brain a short warm-up. Just 1 minute is enough. Say in your mind what you might say. If you're going to a store, think, hello, how much is this? Can I pay by card? Thank you. If you're going to meet new people, think, nice to meet you. Where are you from? What do you do? I like your accent. By doing this, you create mental preparation. Your brain feels ready. And when your brain feels ready, your mouth feels brave. Now, here's a very powerful thing that will happen over time. One day, when someone speaks to you in English, you won't need to plan your words anymore. Your brain will automatically respond in English. That's when you know your brain talking has become real talking. You are now thinking and speaking in English naturally. Let's summarize a few key steps for using brain talking in real conversations. Before speaking, practice in your brain. Imagine what you'll say are. During speaking, think one step ahead. Plan your next line silently. While listening, Repeat or echo the person's words in your brain. See, after speaking, review what you said and what you could say next time. If you make this a habit, your real conversations will feel smoother every day. And remember, don't rush. The goal is not to speak fast. The goal is to speak naturally. Slow is fine. Clear is beautiful. Confident is strong. You've trained your brain. Now your mouth just follows. Every word you say now is the result of all the quiet practice you've been doing in your mind. You have built a powerful English brain, and now it's time to let it shine in the real world. So the next time you meet someone, take a deep breath, smile, and let your brain guide you. You've done the work. Now enjoy the results. You are no longer just a learner. You are a thinker, a speaker, and a growing English communicator. And in the next chapter, we'll take it even further. You'll learn how to make your brain think in English faster, so your thoughts and words flow together naturally. That chapter woo, how to make your brain think in English faster. Do you ever feel slow when speaking English? You want to say something, but the words take too long to come out. You know what you want to say in your own language, but your brain first translates, then speaks, and by the time you're ready, the moment is gone. If that happens to you, don't worry, you're not alone. Every English learner goes through this stage. The reason this happens is simple. Your brain has been trained to think in your first language for many years. So when you start learning English, your brain uses translation as a bridge. It hears English, translates it into your language, then translates your answer back into English. It's like walking a long road when there's a much shorter path available. Okay? The good news? You can train your brain to take the short path, to think directly in English, faster and naturally. Let's talk about how to do that step by step. The first secret is to see English everywhere. Look around you right now. Everything you see can become English practice. The chair, the window, your phone, the sky, name them in English in your brain. Chair, window, phone, sky. When you do this many times a day, your brain starts to connect English words with real things, not with translations. You stop thinking mesash table and start thinking table tash table. English becomes part of your world. You can make it fun too. When you walk outside, name what you see: tree, bus, dog, street. When you cook, say in your brain pan. When you cook, say in your brain pan. Spoon, water, rice. This is how children learn their first language. They connect words directly with what they see. And now you are training your English brain to do the same. The next step is to practice easy sentences without translating. For example, instead of thinking estoy cansado, I am tired, try to think directly, I am tired. You can start with very simple everyday sentences like, I am hungry. I like this song. The sky is blue. I'm going to work. This coffee is hot. Keep them short and easy. Repeat them in your brain during the day. The more you do this, the faster your brain will connect meaning to English words. without going through your native language. Another powerful technique is shadowing. This means listening to English and repeating what you hear in your mind, or softly out loud if possible. You can do this with YouTube videos, Kang, short podcasts, or movie clips. For example, when someone says, "How are you today?" repeat it in your brain at the same time, "How are you today?" Try to copy the rhythm, the sound, the emotion. Shadowing trains your brain to hear, process, and produce English all at once, like native speakers do. At first, it might feel a little hard, but keep going. After a few days, you'll notice your brain reacting faster. You'll begin to understand English instantly, not word by word, but as complete ideas. Now let's talk about something called mental narration. This means describing your day in English as it happens in your brain. For example, I am brushing my teeth. I'm making breakfast. The water is cold. I'm walking to the bus stop. I see a cat. This simple exercise keeps your brain in English all day. You're not studying, you're living in English. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. One day, you'll realize that your brain is automatically using English to describe what you're doing without effort. Here's another important tip: use simple words. Many learners try to sound advanced by using difficult vocabulary, but that slows down your thinking. Native speakers use simple words most of the time. So instead of trying to say, "I'm experiencing a high level of exhaustion," just say, "I'm very tired." Instead of "I'm consuming a delicious beverage," say, "I'm drinking coffee." Simple English is fast English. It's also the English people use in real life. Now, what if you don't know a word in English? Don't stop. Don't switch to your language. Instead, describe it with what you already know. For example, if you forget the word pillow, say, "It's soft. I use it when I sleep. It's on my bed." Okay, if you don't know the word fridge, say, "It's cold inside. I keep food there." This method keeps your brain inside English. It also helps you become a creative thinker. You're not just memorizing, you're learning to explain ideas with your current English knowledge. And that's what real fluency is all about. Let's do a quick mini practice together. Imagine you're at home. In your brain say, "I am sitting on the chair. The window is open. The air feels cool. I hear a car outside. I am watching a video in English." Great! You just practiced direct English thinking. Try this short exercise several times a day. It only takes 1 or 2 minutes, but it builds speed in your mind. Over time, something wonderful will happen. English will start to feel automatic. You'll begin to understand movies faster. You'll talk to people without pausing. The translation bridge will disappear because your brain will finally be thinking in English. This process takes time, but every small moment counts. Even a few minutes of daily practice creates change. Remember, your brain learns by repetition. Every time you name something, describe something, or shadow English sounds, you're making your English brain stronger and faster. And don't forget to stay positive. When you feel slow or make mistakes, smile and keep going. That means your brain is learning. Speed doesn't come from pressure. It comes from relaxed, consistent practice. Here's a simple daily plan you can follow to make your brain think faster in English. Ine. Morning are minutes. Describe what you're doing. I am waking up. I am brushing my teeth. Are daytime woo minutes. Name things around you in English. Table, phone, bag. Sen evening woo minutes. Listen to short English audio and shadow it silently. CEF in for T minutes. C says CC. Before bed are minutes. Tell yourself your day's story. I worked. I cooked dinner. I watched a video. That's it. Less than sure woo minutes. But if you do it daily, your brain will start to move in English faster and faster. Remember, learning a language is not a race, it's a rhythm. When you practice calmly and consistently, your English brain grows strong and quick. One day, you'll surprise yourself, you'll start speaking and realize, I didn't translate. The words just came out. That's your brain working directly in English. So keep going. You're not just learning English anymore. You're living in English. Your brain is faster, your confidence is growing, and your thoughts are flowing in a new language. Now that you can think faster in English, it's time to learn how to keep your English brain strong forever. Bidden Chapter Hig. How to keep your English brain strong every day. Your English brain is like a muscle, and just like any muscle in your body, it needs regular exercise to stay strong. If you stop using it, it becomes weak. But if you move it, feed it, and train it a little every day, it becomes powerful, flexible, and fast. Third, you've already built your English brain through all the steps we've learned so far. Now it's time to learn how to keep it strong forever. Think of your English brain as a living thing that needs care. It needs attention, energy, and love. The good news is that keeping it strong doesn't mean you have to study for hours. It's about doing small things every day, small things that make English part of your life. Let's begin with a simple idea. Give your brain English food every day. Just like your body needs food to stay healthy, your brain needs English to stay active. English food can be anything. A short video, a funny meme, a podcast, a small paragraph from a book, or even a single sentence you say in your head. The goal is to feed your English brain something daily. For example, in the morning, you can watch a 1-minute video on YouTube in English. While brushing your teeth, you can listen to a short English song. During lunch, you can read one small English quote or a message. Before bed, you can think of 3 sentences in English about your day. These are your English meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner for your brain. And don't worry about finding new or difficult things all the time. Your brain also loves repetition. Repetition is like going to the gym for your mind. The more you repeat simple English sentences, the stronger they become in your memory. Sentences like, my name is your name. How are you today? I am feeling good. This is my favorite drink. I like this weather. Say them in your brain every day. They may seem too easy, but they build a deep foundation. Just like athletes practice the same moves again and again, repeating these sentences trains your brain for automatic English thinking. Next, let's talk about English habits. A habit is something you do regularly without thinking, like brushing your teeth or checking your phone. If you make English part of your daily habits, you'll never forget to practice. Here's one powerful routine. In the morning, before you start your day, spend 2 minutes doing brain talk. Say to yourself in English, I am waking up. I feel good. I can. Today I will do my best. Then at night, before bed, do the same thing. I worked hard today. I feel tired but happy. Tomorrow will be great. This morning and night routine keeps your English brain awake and connected. Another great way to keep your brain strong is by playing with English. Yes, learning can be fun. You can make small games with yourself. For example, look around your room and name 5 things in English. Say 10 colors in English as fast as you can. Count objects, 1 book, 2 pens, 3 cups. Describe one thing in 5 sentences. This is my phone. It is black. It is on my desk. I use it every day. I like it. These small games make English practice light and enjoyable. When your brain enjoys something, it remembers it faster and longer. Now let's add something very powerful: emotion. Emotions are the fuel that makes learning stick. When you connect English with your feelings, it becomes real, not just a school subject. For example, say in your brain, I feel happy today. I am proud of myself. I feel excited to learn. I love speaking English. When you say these sentences, feel the emotion behind them. Smile as you say them. Your brain will remember those feelings, and it will connect them with English. Soon, English won't feel like homework. It will feel like part of your life, your energy, your personality. Here's another wonderful tool: mirror practice. Stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, smile, and say a few positive sentences in English. You can say, I'm learning English and I'm doing great. I am confident. My English is getting better every day. I am proud of myself. When you see yourself speaking English, it builds confidence. You stop being afraid of mistakes. You start enjoying your progress. Even 1 minute a day of mirror talk can completely change how you feel about speaking English. But remember, strength also needs rest. A calm brain learns faster than a tired brain. Don't force yourself to study for hours if you're exhausted. Sometimes the best way to learn is to relax. Take a walk, listen to music, watch something funny in English. Learning should never feel like pressure. It should feel like joy. If one day you don't feel like practicing, that's okay too. Just remind yourself, I'm still learning. Even thinking about English keeps your connection alive. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. Over time, these small actions, feeding your brain English food, repeating sentences, creating habits, adding emotion, smiling in the mirror, and resting when needed, will keep your English brain healthy and strong. And here's something magical that happens when you stay consistent. English stops feeling like a foreign language, becomes your language. You start dreaming in English, making jokes in English, even thinking about your plans and feelings in English. That's when you know your English brain has become part of who you are. So keep watering your English plant. Keep feeding your English muscle. Keep smiling, repeating, and enjoying every little moment of progress. Every sentence you think, every word you understand, every mistake you fix, all of it is growth. You are not just learning English, you are living English. You are becoming a natural English thinker, and you are doing it every single day. One thought, one smile, one small step at a time. So take a deep breath and say to yourself, I am proud of my progress. My English brain is strong. I am growing every day. You've built something amazing, a living, thinking, English-speaking mind. Keep feeding it, keep loving it, and it will stay strong for life. Now it's your turn. Take everything you've learned and make it part of your world. Think it, feel it, live it in English. So, my dear friends, now you truly know how to talk in your brain. You've learned how to start small, how to practice every day, how to think faster, and how to keep your English brain strong and alive. Remember, your mind is your best classroom. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment or a special teacher. You can practice anywhere, anytime, while walking, eating, traveling, or even before sleeping. Every small thought in English is another step toward fluency. So keep talking in your brain. Keep smiling when you practice. Be proud of every little word you say in English. Even if no one hears it, your brain does. You are growing stronger and more confident each day. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below. Tell me one English sentence you said in your brain today. I'd really love to read it and celebrate your progress with you. Thank you so much for watching and learning with me. Yeah, you're doing amazing. Remember, keep learning, keep shining, and most of all, keep talking in your brain.